Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'll explain to you guys how to set up the flying cloud system in your UEFN map. All assets for this video can be found on our Discord server and on our Patreon page. Both links will be provided in the description below. With that said, let's dive straight into the video. So, after you got all of the assets from us, you should get a folder with a few files. The first two files that we would need are the two folders. These have to be imported into your UEFN map. So, open UEFN and go into your projects. Then go to the top left, click on Projects, Show Project in Explorer. Now, in this folder you should click on Content. And this is where those two folders should go. So, open the other folder again, and drag and drop those into the Content folder. Now, go back to UEFN and check if these folders are in the Content drawer. Well, in this case for me, they are, but they do not contain any assets yet. That's because we first have to restart UEFN. So, I'll be right back with you guys. So, when UEFN is fully restarted and you're back in your project, go back to the content drawer and check out if the assets are in the folders now. For me they are. That's great. So now we can continue to the next step. The next step is to import the first file that we have. So we are going back to the folder and you see cloud.first. This one has also needs to be moved to the content folder that we have. So click on cloud.first and drag and drop it into the content folder of your map. Now, back in UEFN, go to the top left to first and click on compile first codes. Now, in your content drawer, go to your root folder and check if the first device is here. If you see the first device, you know that you're on the right track. Now, we have to go back to the folder that we had, the Flying Cloud UEFN folder, and we have to open copy paste setup.txt. Here you see a text that says replace this. This has to be replaced with the name of your map. If you have opened this in the Windows Notepad app, there's a really easy way to do this. So, to do it, you have to go to the top left to Edit and go to Replace. Now, at the top you should write replace this, just like as it's written in here, also with the uppercase letters on in the right position, and then the bottom line should contain the name of your map. The name of your map is the name that's displayed here at the top. For me it's Tutorial SA, so I'll just write that. Once you've written it down, you can click on Replace All. Now just double check if it's replaced if you see your map name in this text document. If you see your map name indeed here, you can select all with Ctrl A, copy everything with Ctrl C. Then you'd have to go back to UEFN and paste it into here with Ctrl V. Now, first it should spawn really far away, but you can obviously just move it to wherever you want it to. I'll just move it to the spawn area. And if right, you should already get the cloud itself, the first device, and the cinematic sequencers. So, first thing we're going to do is click on the first device and go to base. Now in base we'd have to connect some small things. Go to mount, make 3 array elements, then the seed device has to be set to share. Then the other two can be used for other clouds that you will copy and paste maybe. But for now, where we will now go to collision sensors, and then at 0 you should select wall, at 1 you should select wall 2, and at 3 you should select wall 3. I'm sorry, I meant at 2 you should select wall 3. Now these other two, you can also configure these, but then you have to copy and paste the cloud itself and the sensors behind it. Now in the first device, close the arrays and click on the orbit camera. Now this one has to be connected to the orbit camera. That's just the camera you see here. Now the forward trigger is just the input trigger with the name forward. Then the next one is backwards, next one is left, then we have right, then up, down, and reward. That's basically the device that gives the XP. You can also change the amount of XP that's been given. On default it's set on small, but you can also change it to very small, medium, large, or very large, but I'd recommend you setting it to small, since the XP will be rewarded actually just every single second. So now go back to the first device and close the base and then click on effects. Now you see VFX trail. This one is connected to the VFX power up. Now VFX dismount has been connected to the trigger. That's this trigger here. Now the effects are done. Now click on rewards, and here you can basically change the amount of time that's between each reward. So basically currently it's set on 2.0, which means 2 seconds. So basically it means that that the XP from this XP device, from the accolade, will be granted every 2 seconds. But you can also change it to be rewarded every like 5 seconds or every 60 seconds, aka 1 minute, or you can even set it to 1 second. I'll just keep it at 2. Now, rewards enabled. It's basically what it already says. You can enable the rewards, so enable if the XP gets granted, yes or no. If you check this one off, it will basically mean that it isn't enabled anymore. Now shooting, shooting is for the lightning, that you can shoot towards players. Bullets enabled basically enables shooting, yes or no. Then shoot trigger. This one has to be set to shoot, to the input trigger with the name shoot. Now damage bullet is basically the amount of damage each bullet should do, or actually each thunderstruck strike would do. On default it's set on 100, but you can also change it to like 20, 40, just to whatever you want. I'll also just keep this one at 100, aka the default. Then the carryable spawner, you have to click on carryable spawner and then select it. Then the fire rate cooldown, this is basically how many seconds players should wait until they can shoot again. On default it's set on half a second. You can also set it to 5 seconds, 2 seconds, or 1 second. But I'll just keep it at half a second. Then bullet scale. Bullet scale is basically the size of the bullets, or aka the or actually the size of the thunder trucks. On default it's set on 3, but you can also change it to 1, which makes it, in my opinion, pretty small. But you can also set it to 2. I'll just set it at 3, which basically is the default. Then aim damage only. This is the option that basically allows you to control if players should really aim on other opponents, or if they can also just shoot the thunderstrucks close by to an opponent, and it will then also damage it. If this option is turned on, this would basically mean that the player who is shooting really has to aim for the opponent. I'll just keep this one on as default. Then aimed explosion radius, that's basically how big the damage radius should be. On default it's set to 1, but you can also set it to 2, 3, 5, or whatever you want. And the same goes with global, but instead of for when aiming, this is for basically when you set it to not aiming. So when you shoot it close by to an opponent. With that, we're basically already fully done. Now to save everything that you've made and launch a session. Okay, and at first it should give you a project validation field, but you should just click on run fix up, and it should fix it all by itself. This is basically caused because the assets that you just imported are pretty new for your UEFN map, which basically makes it cause errors sometimes. But now you can launch a session again. Also, to test the bullets, you can also place down a guard spawner. You should click on all, search for guard spawner, and drag and drop it into your map. Then set the spawn count to something like 20. Then spawn your walls off. Go to advanced. Spawn time and set that one to 0.5. Then starting health. You can set it one to 100, and then the match health also 100. Then go all the way to the bottom. Then accuracy should be on low. Use alertness should also be off. And the guard team option should be set to neutral. Now also save this. Then go to Fortnite and start the game. If you've done everything right, you should also get the little aim dot in the middle. But with that, you're basically fully done with your setup, and you can just repeat this for how many times you want the cloud to be in your map. If you have any issues or any questions about the system, feel free to send me a DM on Discord or open up a ticket in our server. Now, if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.